This meat pie is made without an oven. Watch this video to the end and see how it is prepared. So if you're a meat pie lover, you want to make meat pie, but your issue is that you don't have an oven, this video is for you. So the first we'll be doing is to get our fillings ready. The filling for the meat pie, that is what we'll do first. In your pan, you add your oil, add little salt to it. You add your onion, fry it for some seconds, and then add your minced meat. I'm using a buffalo for this. Feel free to use any meat you want. So for this, I'm using buffalo meat. You can use cow beef or any one. So you make sure you turn it properly and allow it to cook fry. Please, if you are still watching this video till this moment, subscribe, press on the subscribe button, and also comment. If there is any recipe you want us to try, please do well to add it in the comment section. After some minutes, this is what our meat looks like. I will introduce some of the onion that I didn't put in the first and my chili. I will now season it up. Please be careful with your seasonings. You shouldn't do too much so that it won't be too sharp while eating the meat pie, okay? So I added my chili, onion, curry powder, thyme, and ginger. Then adding some salt and seasoning cube, just one cube, please. Do not over spicy your filling. It's very important. So I won't be doing too much of talking in this video. I will just let you watch it. Please concentrate, watch, and recreate your own. Remember, I didn't add any water to this yet. So the water that you're seeing here is the water from the beef, okay? Make sure you combine everything together and you let them cook. Look how beautiful it is. So I don't like Irish potatoes, so I didn't add Irish potato to mine. If you are using Irish potato, I think this is the right time to put it. Not I think, this is the right time to put it. Then you add in little water to cook the Irish potato. So I'm not using Irish potato for mine, I don't like it. So when my beef is done, like 90% to 95% done, that is when I will introduce my carrot, because I don't want it to be too hard. Neither do I want it to be too soft, to be too soggy. I don't want it. I just want it to cook properly, not too strong and not too soft. While that is still cooking, we will make our slurry. Just add 1 spoon of flour in your plate, cup, anything, and add little water and dissolve it. Make sure you dissolve it properly before pouring it into the meat pie filling that is still on the fire cooking. You see, when you add the slurry in your filling, it combines. You can call it thickener. Yeah, thickener, you can use it. You can use that word thickener. And then you turn. You see, it's already combining. Cover for a few seconds, and then that is it. You put it in a pan and let it cool off. You don't want to put it hot in your dough. So let's get our dough ready. I like to sieve my flour. It makes it easier to work with. Makes it lighter and easier to work with. Yeah. So please follow every step that I'm doing. Okay. So I'm using 1.5 pack of this flour. So 1 pack is 500 gram. So half of 500 gram is 250. So total thing I'm using is 750 gram of flour. After sieving it, I introduce my baking powder. I'll be adding nutmeg to this. Half of it, you grate it into your flour. I add a little sugar to it. I don't like too much of sugar, so I add little. Just do what you like, but make sure that you don't add more than half of that nutmeg. You combine the dry ingredients together. I also added little salt. Then this is me introducing the butter. You can use margarine. I'm using butter for this. At this time, you have to take your time. Make sure your butter, your margarine dissolves in the flour. So you get your 2 hands dirty. Make sure you massage it properly until it looks like bread crumbs. Make sure you massage it properly until you get the breadcrumb texture. Then you introduce your wet ingredients. So I'll add 1 cup of cold milk to it and combine together to form a dough. So I noticed that is not that soft. I added little more milk. Please make sure your dough is not hard. Neither is it too soft, like um too soft. Just moderate. You can see the texture of my own from the screen, how it looks like. You now put in your plastic bag to let it rest while we get our pots ready for baking. So you can use sand, some use stone. I'm using salt because I couldn't get sand around me. I'll be using 2 pots for this. The other pot, I added my used salt. So the salt I'm adding to this particular pot, this second one, is the salt I already used in baking before. So I'm reusing it. I'm reusing it. I will soon bite my tongue. Oh my god. You can use stone to set it, or if you have extra of this, you can put in your pot. This is the base for your pan where your meat pie will stay and bake through. This is how it will be. So I'm just trying to show you this. This is how it will be. So before anything, I will butter my pan and I'll put it in, because if I add the meat pie first before putting it in the pot, it will burn my hand. It won't enter. It will enter, but it won't enter without burning my hand. So I don't want that to happen. So I will just do it and put it in the pot while it's preheating. At this point, I've on my gas and the salt is heating up. You know, if you're using an oven, you on your oven and let it get hot before you start baking. So into my working surface, I'll flour it and take each of the dough, because I'll cut it into pieces, into smaller sizes to roll out the size that I want for the meat pie. Take your rolling pin and roll them out. So you can make any shape of meat pie. If you want to make it triangular, you want to make it the normal meat pie shape. Anyhow you want to do it. There is no particular form. There is no particular shape for a meat pie. Why in Nigeria there is this fast food. I didn't know that was fish pie. I thought it was meat pie. So it was, it has the same shape of meat pie. So I got it. I don't really like fish pie. When I got home, I saw it was fish pie. I was not happy. So there is no law that says that you must make meat pie shape to be like this. Do anything you want. Freestyle it. That is the fun in cooking, in baking. You just do your own thing. I rolled this one straight. I was just doing what I feel like. So for you, if you don't have a meat pie cutter, I will just stick to this video. You will see I used another thing. You just improvise, okay? Even that triangular cut I used, I still made it in that meat pie shape. Just stick to the video and see how to do without meat pie cutter. You see? This is the regular one that we all know. So, if you watched the previous one that I did, I used my cold milk to wash the edges. It is not necessary. You can actually lock the edges without using any liquid. You see? If you want to do more of your designs, you can use your fork to design it. You can just do anything you want. Like I said, do anything you want. So this is what the first batch look like. I will now egg wash. Egg wash each of them properly. And then you can use your fork to poke holes on it. I'm using knife to just give it a different look. That's all. So you let it bake for about 40 to 45 minutes. After that, this is what we have.